Well, hello. It's the Mimo Arbalist here, coming to you from somewhere near the middle of Missouri.
And the skies are not cloudy all day.
The subject of today's video is my new arrow setup for 2026. Well, if you remember from viewing last year's videos, in 2025, I obtained and introduced Mimo the Third, my 10-point Venom X crank-operated cocking and decocking crossbow. She's a beauty, isn't she? She's crowned with an Omega-3 digital recording laser range-finding video sight. I paired Mimo the Third with a set of Wicked Ridge Match 400 lighted knock crossbow bolts topped with Swahacker 207 expanding broadheads. These bolts, or arrows, weigh in at 406 grains, or 26.2 grams, and Mimo the Third fires them right at about 398 feet per second. Now, this crossbow and bolt setup performed exactly as I expected. I got excellent accuracy, consistency, and reliable performance in the field. However, for the 2026 crossbow season, I have decided to upgrade to Swahacker 243 broadheads. So let's take a look at both of these Swahackers. So let's take a look at the specs on the Swahacker 207 expanding broadhead. Initially, when the broadhead is closed and expanded, it has a 1-inch entry diameter from these two ears. When the blades are folded up, those ears stick out to the side. After the broadhead enters your target, the ears fold back and they deploy the cutting blades for a 2-inch diameter wound channel and exit channel. You'll note that the Swahacker 207 is about a 2-inch exterior length after it's attached to your arrow. In other words, it sticks out about 2 inches past the end of your bolt. And it weighs in at 100 grains, or 6.5 grams. They come in a pack with retention bands, both blue and yellow. So what's up with those blue and yellow bands? Well, the kit shows you that if your crossbow shoots bolts at over 420 feet per second, you're supposed to use the blue band. And if it shoots at under 420 feet per second, you use the yellow band. In other words, if your crossbow is too fast, the yellow band may not have enough oomph to retain it. So they give you options for either situation. Okay, for the upcoming 2026 crossbow season, my choice is to go with a slightly larger Swahacker broadhead, the 243 model. And here are the specs on the 243. When closed, before deployment, the 243 has the same 1-inch entry profile as on the 207 model from those ears. After the broadhead hits the target, those ears fold back and deploy the main cutting blades for a devastating 3-inch diameter wound and exit channel. The exterior length of the 243 is 2.5 inches. In other words, the Swahacker 243 adds 2.5 inches to the overall length of your crossbow bolt. The 243 comes in at 150 grains, or right about 9.75 grams. And again, they come in a kit with 2 colors of retention bands. Orange bands if your crossbow shoots 420 feet per second and up, or white bands for speeds below 420 feet per second. And here is a quick side-by-side visual comparison between the 207 and the 243. Hey, Mimo Arbalist, if everything was so perfect, then why change anything? Well, yes, in 2025, all of the equipment worked just exactly as it should have. During the 2025 crossbow season, here in the middle of Missouri, I got 4 shot opportunities. The first one I passed on because it was this spotted fawn at 30 yards and it was only the second day of the season. Another one of the opportunities, the third one, was a very early morning, low light, close range opportunity behind me and to my right for my tree stand perch. Due to my poor shooting form, in that awkward position, I missed the shot completely. The other two opportunities resulted in venison stacked in the freezer. The fourth opportunity was in the middle of November on a small doe, turned out to be a yearling, perfectly broadside at 37 yards. Now I know it was a smaller bodied deer, but that 37-yard free-handed broadside shot actually hit the deer a little higher than I wanted and hit the shoulder blade. Well, actually, it hit both shoulder blades as my Wicked Ridge match 400 bolt with Swahacker 207 broadhead punched through and completely broke both of that deer's shoulders right at this spot. That deer fell where it was standing and it didn't go anywhere. The second opportunity, the first one that I took a shot on, was on a hot day at the end of September. She was a full-size doe presenting a quartering 2 shot, which resulted in a pass-through from lung to liver to paunch and out. That deer was recovered about 200 yards away from the shot, but it only left about 70 yards of blood trail before the guts pushed through and blocked up the exit hole. Now here's the rub. The area I hunted in 2025 and where I expect to also hunt in 2026 is part of an urban deer management program with limited hunting areas. The area where I harvested both deer in 2025 was a small patch on the east side of a 15-acre plot. My tree stand was about 40 yards from the east boundary, and east of that boundary is a no hunting area. About 40 yards west of my tree stand was a very thick choked steep hill leading into a swampy area. When I shot that September doe, she ran away to the east, and I had to recover her from the no hunting area, which means I did not carry my crossbow to recover her. If she had only been wounded and not expired when I found her, I would have been in the position of maybe dispatching her with my hunting knife. Not the best plan. My hope and expectation, with the upgrade to the bigger 3-inch, 150 grain Swahacker 243 broadheads, is that every deer I get the opportunity to harvest in 2026 will result in a better blood trail with a quicker and more humane demise. Well, that's about it for this episode. Be on the lookout for an upcoming video speed testing the new bolt setup for 2026. From somewhere near the middle of Missouri, I am the Mimo Arbalist, wishing you safety and success.